Okay. The stream has started. Looks like it has. Check the ultra low latency. Okay. Okay, looks like everything is good to go. Oh. The market's still a little bit slow. Of course, it's August. Hopefully it'll pick up next month. I changed up my platform a little bit. I put the scanner here on the right because it was over there to the left, and I was mainly focusing in the center here. So I needed to focus, have the scanner right here. I've got 4 charts right here, and the first one, this one right here is GEV, and this one here, ATNF, and then we have alts, and then I just put in the TQs right there. But I'm going to have basically the top 4 right up in here. That's how I'm going to have it laid out. And I have other stuff like the press release stuff is over here on over to the side. If you need the top press releases, just go ahead and download it. The scanner, you can go ahead and put up the windows you want. And I have the Momo scanner right here. And when the market opens up, I'm going to take where it has pre-market here. I'm going to take the Momo scanner and put it over here, so I can look at the Momo scanner and get to top 4. Now, what I'm going to be looking for, and I looked at this yesterday, I'm going to be looking for the top 4 with news. So the top 4 with news, and then I'm right now these are 1-minute charts, and when the market opens up, I'm going to flip them over to a 5-minute chart and just put the top 4 that I see with news. And we'll go from there. Because yesterday, I kind of missed some trades. Yesterday, I traded a handful. Didn't make very much. And also I'm working on the charting platform that I'm working on. Let's take a look at it. Right now, I've got, let's do ATNF. ATNF, and then we'll come over here and just ATNF. As you can see here, this is a 5-minute chart right here. So I've got the real-time data working, and it's updating the chart. I mean, as you can see, that candle moved, and it says 445 over here, and it's 445 over right here. It says current. What I need to do is I need to start having this the price instead of current. I just put that over there for debugging. I'm going to have it highlighted over here. It's going to be like a blue background with the white text over here. And then maybe a gray line going across. And when a Momo trigger happens, it's going to show up top here. I'm going to take this text field, shorten it up to about right here, then this field where it says OH for overnight high, OL overnight low, that all this information is going to be extended over. So where if there is updates like a Momo trade for the current ticker that you're looking at, it's going to put the trigger there and then put like a stop loss there. What the stop loss should be. I'm going to be working on that, but for right now, I've got the aggregated data and I've got the real-time data updating the candle, the current candle. So I got that done yesterday. And yeah, those are not much. GEVO was 43%. It's an ATR of 11. That has been the biggest volume so far. Now, ATNF is just selling off. That's the biggest gain percentage-wise. I need to be able to sort this. When you click on change percent, it's going to sort it from change percent and volume. When you click on that, it's going to sort it through volume. So I need to do that. Run through the top press releases. Not much here. Sometimes you can get an early one. No. If you were look at the stream yesterday, you'll notice that Momo Scanner did pretty decent finding trades. And what I like to do is do these streams because I can look back and see what I'm doing wrong. That's why I changed up the platform a little bit here. So I can not miss trades because I missed quite a few yesterday. I mean, yesterday we had LAR. As you can see, that was a pretty decent one. I don't know if it's going to go back this far. Yeah. Yeah, so LAR was a pretty good one. That one had news. And mainly what I'm looking for is it'll show up on the Momo scanner and it showed up at 940. And what I'm looking for higher highs, higher lows. Now I need to put the volume in there. Check on the volume. But when it breaks that high right there, which was 338, you can put your stop. You can put your stop down to 324. That's fine. Or if it breaks the low here of 332, you can get out. But yeah, 338, and then it ran up. Let's say the 344, and then ran up here, and then it kind of finally broke down right around in here, 355. So That was a trade from yesterday. TLS was another one. Oh, TLS was another one. That one, that was Monday. As you can see here, TLS was halfway decent. The Momo scanner kicked in around this time as well. And you could have gotten in at 324. Ran up 337. You got about 10 cents, but it was a slow grind up. That's all that was. And BMNR I did trade. That was a quick scalp on BMNR. I could have gotten a lot more, but I kind of got shaken out. So I took a small trade on that. And how you can play that, it showed up because we're making higher highs, higher lows. We have a little inside bar. Now you can consider that a micro pullback, and then you can get in on that at 62.10. It ran up to 64.30, so that was like a couple dollar move. But that's a $60 stock. And you got to be careful with that. Make sure you don't go in heavy with your shares like you would on like a $5 stock. Now, another one, we had JMIA. JMIA was a pretty decent one. Made higher highs, higher lows right here. That candle was pretty extended. That candle was pretty extended. And then we kind of pulled back, and you could have gotten a trade in up in here. And then we just kind of flatlined. And yeah, SBET, that was around 10.05. Around 10.05, right around in here. I think it scanner kicked off. I don't know if it got up in here or not, but SBET kind of kicked off right up in here. You could have waited for a pullback. I mean, if you got in on the high right there, probably would have gotten stopped out. But the other ones worked out really good. But what I'm going to be doing for that charting platform that I'm creating, it's mainly going to be for the scanner. Like when you click on GEVO here, if you click on GEVO, it'll bring up that chart, and then you can kind of take a look at it. But mainly it's going to be for like TZ for the Momo. Because what I would like to do is put like stop levels in there, have a line going across for like a stop level, a line for the entry point, and then maybe first target, maybe have a yellow line for like the first target or something. That's what you're shooting for. It's going to have to do with maybe the ATR range will be your first target, or what the stop would be, what your one-to-one, more than likely it'll probably be what your one-to-one is for the stop. That'll be your first target. Be right back. Ready. Nothing. Not going to be talking very much because I feel like I'm getting a sore throat. In a few minutes, be 7:30, we might get some news that comes out. In the meantime, I'm going to work on the charting platform. Okay. Looks like they finally fixed that. Good. See what the keys are doing. And with that charting platform, it really depends on how well it goes. And because once I have the indicators, especially my EMA up here, once I have the EMA on the chart, then like once I have the EMA showing on the chart, that's going to be good. And that way I can possibly even start replacing some of these charts and then just start showing my own charting platform with it. What I would like to do is probably have a button on there where it says news, and then maybe a side window, or down at the bottom it'll show up where it'll be like news, where you can click on it, maybe up top on the header or somewhere. If it has news, it'll show a little icon of like a newspaper or something. I don't know. When you click on it, then it'll show the title up here or something. You know, just something like that. Mainly what I want to do is have a platform where day traders can come in and get all the information they want. If you want, and eventually it's going to have SEC filings, like maybe an icon up top and it has the where you can click on it and it'll open up a window with SEC filings, current ones, or something like that. I'm not sure. But in order for me to do stuff like that, I'm going to have some backing. Either an angel investor willing to maybe a couple years of salary for me to do that. But who knows? Maybe I can talk with Lightspeed, try to get a sponsorship from them, Cobra Trading, something like that. Have something going on. And once I get the charting kind of locked down with my indicators on there, be able to put like maybe a drawing tool on there or something. I'm not sure. I don't do much drawing. Then I'll start looking at an actual level 2 so I can get a level 2 going and actually make executions, because I can use the Lightspeed API. I think it's called Lightspeed Connect, something like that. It's their API system to execute orders. And it's extremely fast. I think Lightspeed has the fastest executions in the game. I think they do. 732. Don't have any top press releases that I'm scanning for. Reading the title. Press releases are up here, and it scans and reads the title for certain keywords. There are no R-vol movers, so nothing really moving quickly. We got Givo, has the highest volume. We have ATNF, 72%. Second to the volume. We have the Qs that are kind of flatline. So 8:30, we got CPI news. Big news coming out at 8:30. Let's take a look at financialjuice.com. Take a look at Financial Juice. Take a look at this. This is where you want to go for your news. 8 o'clock OPEC monthly report. 8:30 US CPI year to year, month over month. Got the US core CPI. So we have 8:30, the projection 2.9. I thought it was 2.8. Okay, 2.9, but year over year, 2.8%. Okay. 4 is 3%. Okay, there we go. So 8:30, we got some news coming out about inflation. If it's lower than expected, do not think Jerome Powell, don't think the Feds are going to cut the rates to like a quarter basis points. If it's higher than expected, the market could react in a bad way. Could go down. Right, flatline. Who knows? You just ride the wave and Try to get a few crumbs. But that's big news. If it's higher than expected, that's going to put the Fed into a tight situation because they're keep saying data. We go off data. We go off data. Well, yeah. I'm not a financial expert. Let's see. So you read that trading disclosure. Content. The channel is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Nothing's really coming up. Nothing on top press releases. Evo's kind of flat. TNF is still selling off. So, TNF, let's take a look at that. Yeah, so the daily put in big, huge topping tail. So the morning, it kind of ran up, as you can see here. In the morning, we spiked up. Like 4 o'clock, we spiked up. So something's going on. 4 o'clock in the morning, probably, I don't think traders are up. I don't think institution traders are at their desk. So it could be algos. Who knows? Something's going on. That's another thing I want to look at. At 8 o'clock, I want to look at my charting platform to see if it has those crazy spikes like Lightspeed does. 8 o'clock seems like it just kind of goes crazy. Nothing's showing up. And what I would like to do for the charting platform, here, let me, as a fact, let me start working on that. When the Momo kicks off and it gives you like a trigger, there'll be a settings where you can put in how much you're looking to risk, like per trade. Like, I only want to risk $100 per trade, then it'll tell you, hey, this is where the stop, this is where the entry is, this is where the stop is, this is how many shares you should be getting if you only want to risk around $100. 7:30, we had a little news come out on. I had a little news come out. FOE, Black Swan Graphene for announces that SA. Little news come out on that. Let's take a look at them. I don't think they're running. SA. SA, there's not much going on there. FOE. I don't know what's going on with that. CILT is still nothing. So let's go back to the Qs. That was nothing for the news. Let's work on this. Let's see if I can't get the price to show on the right side with the price axis. Uh, I had another news come out on MNXXF. Probably nothing there though. Positive phase 2 for sorting results achievement. No, the phase 2 MNXXF and XXF. I'm showing up. Normally, if it has a ticker like that, it could be pink sheet. Who knows? Longer than 4, it's usually crap. Okay, let's take a look at this. See what we can't do. Okay. Alrighty. See what this will do. Well, at least I ain't got no errors. Ready? Hopefully, let's build it and see what it looks like. And if it looks good, I'll show you. If it don't look good, then I'm not going to show you. Or I might show you. So you can get a good laugh. Let's see. Well, it compiled. So here, let me, because there is another thing I need to fix. There's another thing I really need to fix. And that is the candlestick is updating in real time. I mean, that's good. Candlestick is updating in real time. That's good. But I think my time is off. Because when the 5 minutes, right now I'm only showing the 5-minute candle, but when the time is off, it, see, we got anything moving? No, nothing's really moving. ATNF. Okay. So I got the current price 409. ATNF. Let's come over here. Let's do ATNF. Okay. Let's take a look at this. So it's 410, as you can see here on the ask, it's 410, current price 410. I need to remove that current price there. I need to remove that, but it's I put a dash line going across. It's 408, 408. So it's updating. We've got Givo. Take a look at Givo. Yeah, 175, 175. So everything is looking halfway decent. There's some issues with, I got to fix a little bit stuff. But yeah. I might have to fix that when the 5 minutes is over. It's not printing a new candle. So if we look at this, right now that's BTAI, Givo. Givo, when it prints, of course, I need to remove that. But once the 5 minutes is over, because right now it's printing and it's looking good. Once the 5 minutes is over, it's not printing the new candle. I need to fix that. And of course, the trigger and the stop, that only needs to show up. That should only show up when there's actually a Momo trade. And what it's going to do, it's going to say up here in the header, it's going to say like Momo or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go. But yeah, so far this is what it looks like. It's getting there. Need to be able to change the time like at least like 1 minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute. Uh, I wish, because sometimes I like trading the 2 minute when the market opens up. Let me close this out. And Lightspeed doesn't have 2 minutes. If you go to chart parameters, and it shows here, period. Oh, it does have a 2 minute. Really? Okay, it does have 2 minute. I stand corrected. Okay, I stand corrected. It does have a 2 minute. I actually put it up there. Oh well. Go ahead and cancel this out. Really, there's nothing going on. Really nothing going on. I mean, the only news that we had was this right here, MNXXF. That was really it. This is extremely slow. How can you make money? How can you make money? You need to make a truck payment. Got to pay for that expensive, high-class redneck truck. All right, let's see. Let's remove some of this stuff. YouTube. All righty. All right, let's remove. Where's that current price being? Painter.text. That is where I need to display current price at the top of the chart. Well, I don't need to do that anymore. Remove that. And okay, so now that text is removed, it looks a little bit better. Of course, it's 173, 174. Yeah, so it's tracking it pretty good. The data provider that I'm getting, once I pick off a level 2, I'm going to need a different provider, because the provider I'm getting this data from, they do not have level 2 data. They just got level 1. Maybe if I connect to the Lightspeed API, I could get level 2. I don't know. I'll have to ask them. They might have level 2. If so, that'll be good. Also, I'd like to be able to automate some of my trades with these Momo scanners, because some of these you can miss. And what I'd like to do is have the charts. Let's say there's four of them that show up with a catalyst with news, and we got all four of them. Let's say it's 9:45, and like all four of them kick off. So you might be able to trade a couple of them. You might be able to trade all four of them if you're lucky. But what I could do is just have like a button here that to enable, if it breaks the previous 5-minute high, to just go ahead, enter the trade, and go ahead and put the stop loss where it needs to be. And that way, all I need to do is manage the trade. That's what I would like to do. I would like for it to be able to go ahead and get in, then I just manage the trade. Okay, let's get back to and back this up. Do. All right, what's the next thing I need to do? I really need to figure out why it's not updating. It's getting the current time. It's just not updating, printing a new chart, printing a new candle. So it could be because the time's off. Maybe what I need to do, I need to print the time. Because up here on Lightspeed, you don't see it because I'm hiding my username, my account. My account is not showing, but my username is. But there's a clock. Right now it's 7:55:36. So yeah, possibly. That out. Yeah, so right here, this BTAI, let's go over to GEVO. And the good thing is if you hit tab, I need it for it to highlight that, but if you like ATNF, well, that's incorrect. ATNF, go update that. And if you go back, you hit tab, but you have to hit the backspace and then be like GEVO, and they'll update that. Uh, yeah. As soon as it prints something, because it's extremely slow. As soon as we get a print, it'll put the price in there, but we don't have a print. I could update that so where it does put a print up there. This is a little crazy. ATNF is moving. ATNF. Yeah. 420. Okay, something went wrong. Something has gone wrong. Okay. Okay, now it's showing that. So 426, I got 426 here. Let's see if we can't, or this is updating properly. 427, 429, 429. So you got to look at these prints here. You can't look at the level 2. You got to look at the prints here in the, what's printing 429. We got updated 429 because this is only going to print. It's not going to print like, oh, what's the bid and ask, just because it's showing. It actually has to print. And look at that. That's crazy. That's 8 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock going nutty. That's 8 o'clock going nutty. So mine is actually still showing the spikes there, and then kind of settled back down. As you can see, it kind of settled back down. But those spikes, I need to fix those spikes. But the good thing is, you see how fast it kept up? It kept up really quickly. It kept up really quickly. I like that. I like it. Now that right there, the trigger and the stop, I need to get rid of. Yeah. But this is updating pretty good. 23, 23, 24, 24. So it's updating 25. Update 25, 26. Okay. See a print coming back through. 26. We got 26. Whoa. That was a huge print. Lightspeed didn't get that. Where I'm getting the data from. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to put something in here for spikes. I have to put something in here for spikes. So when it's spiking like that. So I'll put something in there for when it's spiking. Because that's annoying. TradingView doesn't do it. And of course, that charting platform is going to be nowhere near like TradingView. That would take a team of developers, and it would take a couple years to be able to do that. So what do I need to do? Oh, yeah. Let's try this. And the link. Go ahead and build. And the charting platform, you can see here, that's BTAI. Let's go ahead and do ATNF. ATNF, yeah. The charting platform, that's a little crazy. What happened there? It needs to be fixed. Okay. Okay. So that's good. Let's Givo doing. Givo's doing pretty good. Uh, ATNF. ATNF. Okay. I don't know what happened there. See, you see how there was a wick? Yeah, there. A little crazy. We can fix that. 558. Yeah. So there were some prints that actually came through. If you saw it on the level 2 right here, the prints were like 5 something. So it spiked all the way up there. So they were actually real. Okay. So, I gotta fix why this is not updating. Maybe I need to print the current price. Not current price, the current time that I'm getting. Well, that's correct though. If I was getting the wrong time, the price wouldn't be updating correctly. If I was not getting a correct time. It's just after. Okay. We could go off New York time. Because we just go off New York time, where the market's at. Use the time there. We got 8 o'clock news. Here's the 8 o'clock news. We got receives 2 million in 10 orders. Bitcoin purchase under crypto DJI. Nothing on the RVOL movers quite yet. Can run through this real quick. DJI, ARD. So who's not RPH? RPH. We got PRPH. ProShares Lab announces full USPTO approval for issuance of U.S. patent. The U.S. patent news. A 44-cent stock. So it's not going to show up here because I'm only showing $1 and up. So that's what you're looking at on a 1 minute. I mean, you could have kind of ran up here, but kind of pulled back. You could have gotten in at 42. You'd be 2 cents right now. We got 1 million shares, so yeah, that could have been a play. Get in 1,000 shares. 2 cents is $200. So that could have been a play. Here, let me create a recording for this. Okay, we are looking at PRPH. PRPH showed up on the news release at 8 o'clock. It's a 44-cent stock. It's a 40-cent stock. But PRPH has ProShare Labs announces full USPTO approval for issuance of U.S. patent protecting, risk assessment. Okay, so when you read the news like this, you can just go through the tickers and see what's moving. And as you can see here, PRPH is moving. So the news came out at 8 o'clock. That was like right up in here. About 8:01. I mean, you might not have been able to get this move right here, but when you got that pullback to right here, get on to break that high, which is 42, and it ran up here to 43. Ran all the way up here to 45. You probably could have gotten yourself 1 to 2 cents. Now, it's definitely trading enough because in the past 5 minutes it's had 5 million shares. So current candle right here on the 1 minute, and we're trading over 100,000 shares. So you can get in like 10,000 shares, and you can play that. If you like playing these penny stocks, you got to read the news and see are there any trades that are coming up. That's all I have. Thank you. All right. I just want to do a quick recording for that. That was the press release for PRPH for a patent approval. But that's how you do it. You kind of look, let me stop that. Okay. That's how you do it. I just did a quick recording. You just look at PRPH and try to get yourself 1-2 cents. I think the play's over. If you look at this is kind of selling off with volume. So you might want to not do anything. The play was already had, which is this right here, the pullback on this, and then the break of that, which was at 42, and then we got a high of 45. So you probably could have got a couple of cents out of that. Let me get back to the charting platform that I'm doing. Cargo run. See how that looks. PRH. It's not going to show up because it's not on there. We have TNF, ATNF, ATNF. This is the charting platform that I'm currently working on. This charting platform that I'm currently working on is, you can see here, it's being updated 47, 45, 45. So there's a lot more work that needs to be done with it, but this is what I have so far. And this is mainly going to be going off of Momo trades. But there's work that still needs to be done. But that's the beginning of a charting platform. So when you click on the tickers up here, like if you click on Givo here, it'll bring up that chart, and then you'll be able to choose like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3, 4, 5 minute, whatever. But market's still not moving. Past couple weeks, it's been slow. Been slow for the past couple weeks. It is August. PRPH is still kind of dragging along. And that's the thing about these little penny stocks. I mean, you got like volume for the 1 minute. You got 1 million. Current 5 minute, 1.2 million. So the thing about these penny stocks, the news came out at 8 o'clock, which is right up in here. But you got to wait for the pullback. Bounced off the 9 EMA. You could have gotten in here, but you would have gotten stopped out more than likely. And that's only a penny. You would have gotten stopped out right there. Pull back to the 9 EMA. And normally when you get a pullback to 9 EMA like that, you can go off of the stop of the previous low right here, which is right down in here, which would be 38 cents. I mean, you're not going to get the bottom of 39. You might get 40, 41, then it ran up to 43. Get yourself a couple pennies. But with 5,000 shares and a couple pennies equals $100. And it's liquid, so you're able to get in and out. Got we have other ones that, I mean, RMXI, there's nothing there. ECL. And when the news comes out, you just got to run through these real quick and see what's moving. ARD, there's nothing there. Then, of course, we had EEX, there's nothing there. And then PRPH, then that showed up. And when I saw that on the 5-minute, that's when I switched over to the 1-minute here. But yeah. They're thinking this right here, at $45, we got resistance up here at 45. And another thing that I have not covered is, one thing I have not covered is when you get a trade like this, let's say you got a couple pennies out of that, that's good. When you start double dipping, you might get more, in my 42 up to 44, you might get another couple pennies. Let's see if we can break to 45. But after about 2 times, I just stay away from it. Stay away from it. Usually after you might get a third time if you're lucky. But usually, if you look at the history of it, the plays are over. That's why a lot of times I just do it once and I'm done. One and done. AT&F kind of moved. We got AT&F kind of moved. Got the 5-minute that's looking good. The 1-minute, we got these spikes up in here around 8 o'clock, which is probably algos or whatever is kicking in. All right. Oh, okay. What'd I miss? PRPH? Doing very much. You see what I mean? One trade, boom, couple cents. Two trades, boom, couple cents. Came back down. Third trade, no. That's why you just do one or two trades and move on. Make your money, move on. Uh, AT&F kind of came up here, kind of bounced off, kind of did its thing. Could made yourself a couple cents right there. Could made yourself a little money. AT&F, yeah, little money right there, little money right there. Where are we at? 546. 546. Where was 546? Right there. So you get a break of 546 and it kind of ran up to 572. You got yourself 10 cents out of that, but then we kind of maybe sell a little bit, move back down here to a break even. Who knows? But what I do know, ATF does not have a catalyst. No news. So that's probably a no. What kind of 8:30? Got 8:15. Got MIM and 8. MIM, nothing. RMXI, nothing. ECL, nothing. Let's go back to the Qs. ERPH, we got nothing there. You got ATNF, ATNF is 477. We get a break of 477, which is right here. We possibly could move it. 477. There's no catalyst. You got to be careful with that, but you are bouncing off the EMA. You've already kissed the EMA right there. So if you got in like at 546, you're already about 20 cents up. Make sure a winner don't turn into a loser. Keep your mental. Remember what I just said? Don't let a winner turn into a loser. If you're in at, let's say you're in at 546, you got to be looking at the level 2 right here. Got to be looking at the level 2, making sure everything's looking good. 546, you're in. 546, so where are you going to get out when it hits 550? When it hits 550, are you going to get out? Make yourself a few cents. Don't let a winner turn into a loser. Remember what I said about double, triple dipping? Yeah, yes. Where are you going to get out now? Right now. Right now. Where are you going to get out? What you going to do? If you got in on that 546, what you going to do? Because right here, we had a bounce. Made a little money right there. Had a little bounce. A little tiny bounce that we could not break. Now we're doing this. Yeah. I don't know. You got to make your own decisions. Just trying to teach you how to survive in the markets. That's all I'm doing. Got MIM that didn't do anything. R-Vols, nothing triggered on R-Vols. Still got nothing on R-Vols. See? Nothing. The Momo? Nothing. Now the Momo, I don't know what's up with the Momo. Because... Oh. Is it working on pre-market? I don't know. I know it's working on market hours, so I'd have to take a look at that. GVO kind of took off. GVO kind of took off. You got AT&F kind of coming a turd. Got GVO that kind of took off on us. Kind of broke it. Kind of broke the little consolidation area. 179 up to 183. It's kind of broke up. The consolidation kind of kissed the EMA. down here at 177. So if you got in at 179, that's, you gotta think about what you want to do. Me, I'm not playing that because it ain't got a catalyst. I am looking for movement, and I'm going to tell you that has not moved. So, yeah. So, who knows? Givo got a float of 227 million. That's what it's showing, 227 million. Givo on the float, shares outstanding 239 million. So you are not dealing with no low floater. Not dealing with no low floater. AT&F, how many shares outstanding we got? 3 million. That might be a low floater. I mean, low float. The float says 0. But hey, we couldn't get any information from the SEC, so oh well. You got ALTS, the alts taking a dump. That's taking a dump. AT&F 5 minute, not looking too good. Not looking too good. We got Givo. What is Givo 5 minute? Givo 5 minute? Yeah, Givo 5 minute. You know, if you could break that 183, that might actually be pretty good. 183, you might get up to 193, maybe. Get stuff about 10 cents. Gotta do you. If you look at the 5 minute, the volume's there. What did I say, 183? Let's keep an eye on this and see if we can't move. See what the tape brings. We got 836. We got 830. We got FITY. We got some A. We got FITY. We got nothing there. We got GTLL. We got nothing there. BBLR. Nothing there. BMKDF. Got nothing there. ASXFF. Nothing there. RCW. Let's see what we got here. CRCW. CRCW is nothing. I don't even know why it's not showing up. Don't even know why it's not showing up. We got the Qs. We got the inflation came out at 830. Inflation. Let's see what 830. Financial G's. Let's go to financial G's and see what traders add to bets on Fed rate cut in December. Blah, blah, blah. US CPI year over year, actual 2.7, forecast 2.8, previous 2.7. US quarter CPI actual 0.3%. US CPI month over month actual 0.2%. I am looking at financialjuice.com. I'm looking at financialjuice.com. This is what we got here. We got the 830 CPI. So at 10 o'clock, we got Fed's Barkin speaks, Fed's Schmidt speaks, White House press briefing at 1. Usually done by 1 easily. Usually done by 11. But yeah, you got to go to financialjuice.com. Get your news. I already told you about it earlier this morning that CPI was coming out. Okay, let's take a look at Givo. Remember I said 183, we're at 184 right now. Are we going to get a move? You got to read the tape, find out. 183. You shouldn't be looking at the chart right now. You should be looking at the level 2. No need to be looking at the chart. They've got 182. Where's your stop? Where are you going to get out? Where are you going to get out? Are you going to get out at 179 and call it quits? I don't know. That's you. You have to do you. Well, we broke it, but we really didn't move. So the volume just did not kick in. you're looking at, you still got support at 182. 180, yeah. It's actually going down. Yep. Gotta do you. What's up with that? Let's see. Let's keep a look at. We got FITY. We got nothing on that. Got GEVO 180. GEVO has no catalyst, so there ain't nothing there. PRPH, that was a penny stock play. That was earlier. Got a couple cents out of that deal. Had a break of 42. Yeah, break of 42. Ran up to 43. Ran up to 45. You could have gotten yourself a couple pennies out of that. Here's the thing. If you think you're going to take a $40 penny stock and run that bad boy up to $1, good luck. Good luck. Does it happen? Yes. Does it happen often? No. Take your money and run. Get yourself a couple pennies and run. Maybe you go in 5,000. Maybe you go in 10,000 shares. Get you a couple pennies, sell half. See if you can get that runner to $1. Who knows? All I know is GEVO is had no volume on that break, and now look at it. It's a turd. Look at it. It's a turd. PRPH. What we got going on here on PRPH? We got 38, 20, 27, 38, 19, 38, 21, 20, 38, 23. We got fractions of pennies with these penny stocks. That's what you got to look for. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the penny stocks, I don't have my hotkeys set up, so I'm not playing them. 841. Wait a minute, I need to get back to doing. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. What was I doing on TZ charts? What was I doing on old TZ charts? The code is building fine. The code is building fine. Blah, 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 blah. The code is building fine. But, we got a problem. We's got a problem. Candle is not, it's not creating a new candle. The aggregated data is showing up. The real-time data is showing up. It matches up with the level 2, which is perfect. That's what I need. Level 2 is on Interactive Brokers, and where I'm getting my feed, it's all linking up together, which is fine. But the problem is when the 5 minutes is over, it's not flipping over and creating a new candle. I got to figure that out. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think here. I need to add something to the cargo. Yeah, the chrono for the time zone for New York. All right, we got news on KNDI, BBLR. Let's take a look at them filthy boys. Oh, KNDI. You could have something there. Who knows? BBLR. BBLR. We got nothing there. KNDI. We got something on KNDI. So KNDI. KNDI. What we got there? What we got there? Got 138 KNDI Technology subsidiary China Battery Exchange signs agreement with CATL to become battery swap station equipment supplier. You need to be careful. Nothing against China, but they are known for some pump and dumpers. You got to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be careful. All right, I got to add New York Times. Yeah, be careful with KNDI. Nothing against China, but they are known for some big time pump and dumps. You got to look at the volume. Look at the 5-minute volume. Okay, look at the volume here on the 1 minute. If you're laser focused on the 1 minute and you're like, oh, give me a 2-bar break on 143, I'm going to run this bad boy up to $2. Take a look at the 5 minute. Take a look at the 5 minute. Because right now it's red and it just flipped over. And that's a lot of volume. Twice as much. And it's selling. And it's an inside bar. Look at that inside bar. It's selling. Yeah, it's above the EMA. So, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful. hmm. So if I use New York Time and then create a new candle, we could do that. Instead of trying to read the time from the WebSocket, the streaming data, I just go off of New York Time. AT&F is dumping, GEVO is dumping, KNDI, the China pump and dump is dumping. The pump and dump is dumping. Pump and dump is dumping. Hey, you gotta be careful too, because America, they known for their pump and dumps. Look at that. Boom. That big time. That big time. And that candle right there, that 5-minute candle told you all what you needed to know. Right there. We had a big wick on the current 5-minute candle right there. Look at it. First minute, pumped up, dump. Pumped up, dump. First minute. First minute will tell you a lot. First minute will tell you a lot. The 18F, the good trade on that was right here. We had a nice little run up and then we had a pullback. Could have gotten in on the break of that bar right there. The only bad thing is on this pullback that volume's kind of high. That's what a little high. It is a little high. And take a look at on this pullback. That volume's a little high. And look what happened. We kind of dumped down. Look what happened. We ain't going nowhere. Volume. Volume. Got to look at the volume, not just the price. Got to look at the volume. So, Evo. Okay, KNDI, you can say goodbye. Goodbye. We'll go to the Qs, see what the Qs is doing. Kind of went up. Of course it went up right at 830. CPI was actually pretty decent. We ain't got inflation rising drastically, so I didn't know it would run up like that, but hey, I thought it would just be flatline. If it was bad, it'd probably sell off. I didn't think it would run like that, to be quite honest, the Qs. But hey, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Trump could fart in the Oval Office, and this market will rally. Don't know why. Don't know why. I mean, Trump could just fart in the Oval Office. We rally. Getting a little crazy here. Getting a little crazy. I ain't got no action, so I get crazy. I ain't got no action, so I get a little crazy. Talking about Trump farting in the Oval Office. I gotta get back to fixing this candle thing. PZ charts. Get my mind off of this crazy stuff right here. All right. What are we doing here? Oh, daggone. All right, maybe before I start going all crazy on this thing, Maybe I should back up what I got so far. I'm going to back up what I got so far. Yeah. We got 5 minutes on any cues. We could just go down. Who knows? Yeah. Got a little top and tail right there. So I'm thinking 286. We break 286. 62. If we break 62, we break, I don't know. What are you doing, 91? I don't know. Yeah. All right, if you break at 91, 92.90, you could come on down to 92.52 on EMA. Are we going to kiss the EMA? ATNF is going flatlining. Hughes is flatlining on the 1 minute. Let me go over here to the TZ charts and see if I can't fix this. Let's see what we got here. What we got here? We'll go off New York. New York. Chrono. We got to do the time zone. America. New York. There we go. We already got chrono. Okay. Hopefully. Okay. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? Wife and kid distracted me. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Don't have any errors. That's a good thing. Hey. Ready? We do have no news. We got TRB that came out. We have a shot that came out. We have ELQ. All right, let's take a run through this. TRIB. TRIB. Nada. Shot. Nada. BLQC. Nada. KNDI. Ooh. Ooh. Remember what I said about the pump and dumps? Dumping. You know what that means. It's a turd. Turd. TRIB. Nada. Shot. Shot does not have a shot. Okay. We'll go back to the Qs. Whoop. Go to the triple Qs. We'll go back to the triple Qs. Triple Qs. Let's try and what the heck was that? What did I just do? Oh. I gotta be careful about doing that. I could actually put an order in. Wouldn't that be something? Buy about 10,000 shares of the key. Well, I can't buy 10,000 shares. I ain't got the margin. I ain't got the margin. 5,000 shares. Now? No. 1,000 shares down here? 1,000 shares, 830. That would have been good. That would have been a popper. Boom. But if the news would have been bad, ooh, You ain't paying your rent money if you do that crap. All right, let's focus. Let's focus. What we got here? We did a build. We got no errors. We got no errors. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. What time is it? What time is it? Ooh. $55. 10 seconds. Got the New York up there. I can look at the time. 5:21. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's go to 18. Go to 18F. AT&F. That did not update. Come on. 527. So the prints are right. 525, 520, 524. We didn't get a print for 524. 524. Okay. Got 524, 520, 526 print. That jumped up to 526. But so I don't think this is updating. Yeah. Instead of doing 5 minutes, I just need 1 minute. Let's just do the one because we're testing it. Need to update the code to 1 minute. That'll be a lot quicker. 1 minute. And we'll just do this as a start. Well, I'm gonna have to clean this code. 1 minute 25. Pattern not found, so I think I got all the. Okay, let's go ahead and build this and see what happens. Got 30 minutes to get open. We're not going to do BTAF. AT&F is running, so we can do AT&F. AT&F on a 1 minute. Okay. So AT&F is up here. 1 minute. This is not up. Okay, but it 8:58:32. So we're looking at this. We got AT&F right here. So if we look at this, we got those two candles right there. We got these two candles, but this right here, this is not updating. We got 850, 857. So, I mean, it's updating as dumping, but it flipped over to 159 and it's not refreshing. So is it because we're not repainting the canvas? I don't know. Check that. Thought I did. But see, it's not updating. So that's a turd. My code is a turd. I wrote crappy code. I gotta fix that. Okay. We gotta fix that. We gotta fix that. Um, and that was pretty decent. ATNF, ATNF broke that. I got volume. See how the volume dried up right there on the 5 minute? I mean, you could have gotten a two-bar break, 538, 548, 558. We're going to get hit 558 for a 20 center. Yeah, looks like we are. That would have been pretty decent because the volume kind of dried up. I was right in the middle of writing code. I wasn't even paying attention to this. But realistically, we kind of came down here and we kind of popped up and kind of sold back off. So I just don't know. This is just not too good, too kosher wise. Oh, yeah. But 18F is looking good there. Could have gotten in on the break of that. Maybe a break of that candle there. Put your stop down here. Put your stop down there. Got a break. Put your stop right there. Now you got to move up. So yeah, but 18F has no catalyst. Need to get back here to the code. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, 3. I might have to, let me take a look at the server because before I had to restart, Ticker Zcan server. Boy, 18F is cranking. ATI, yeah. Kind of focused on fix this and not trade, but hey, it is what it is. Um, H stop. Yeah, 18.5 is looking decent. That would have been a decent trade. But you didn't know that because it really kind of came back here, kind of consolidated, broke, consolidation, got yourself 50 cents. Gone. That gone. That gone. Yeah, come on. He's just selling off. Means the SPY is selling off. AT&F is cranking. Something came up with AT&F. Maybe got some pent up traders and they just decided to push it. Who knows? But now's not the time to get in. Do not want to have FOMO. No FOMO. You want to have MOMO, but not FOMO. Shares outstanding, 3 million. Yeah. I mean, the 1 minute volume is kind of, I mean, if you look at the 5 minute volume, it's 200, 300,000. Yeah, 300,000 it turned over. So, you know, it really took off. 475, it just broke that high. Yeah. All right. I don't see anything. Press releases about AT&F. At NTRP. The Talk News. SBK, NDA. NVIDIA. Announces agreement to offer access to NVIDIA technology from within. Okay. Got like 22 minutes and then see what goes on. Take a look. If you were looking at the news, sometimes you got to run through this. LYS. That was nothing there. PX. PINC. PT. Right now, I'm just running through the news right here. AVPT. We got SOAR. That's all I'm doing. Got to run through it. SOAR. SOAR was right there. SOAR came out at 9 o'clock. So right here at 9 o'clock, it kind of ramped up. It'll bounce off the EMA. a few cents on that trade, but that's about it. Group's proposed acquisition, yeah, under a defined agreement and as global appoints John by senior advisor. Okay, really not all that good. IGC, ESK. Okay, what is? Okay, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. NVDA. Yeah. ATNF. Go cranking. We got nothing. I mean, look at the volume there. I mean, 164 for G, but ATNF has got volume. And you got volume of 50,000. Pretty nice. And the volume just kicked in. I don't know what happened there. There's nothing on the wire. Nothing on the wire. Kind of 11. Just looking at the code, trying to figure out what the problem is. If we could just get the candle update to repaint when really one every minute, but even when we do that, we have a drop down 1 minute and needs to repaint it. Good. Yeah, because when you actually restart it, it goes properly. So it just has to repaint the canvas. What's on the canvas? Put the drop down to 5 minutes. Then it'll repaint. Yeah. Take a look at this. The Q's is trying to make a comeback here. I am waiting for market to open to get myself Momo trades. That's what I'm looking for. Momo trades. ATNF was kind of hard to trade because all morning done this. Okay. 8 o'clock we kind of ran up. Yeah. 8 o'clock we kind of ran up. Could have made yourself a little bit of money. We just kind of flatlined, and then all of a sudden we just took off. Like all of a sudden we just really took off, like at 550, broke the $50 mark, and then we ran to 6, which fine. Yeah. Not sure. Ooh, 18. What are you doing? Done running it? Are you done? That pullback to the EMA should have told you something. Look at that volume. Look at the volume here. Low. Little pop. Little micro pullback. Low volume. Small little pop. 615 up to 6. So that's little pops is what you're looking for. A little extended off the EMA. First one, second one, the third pop. Kind of nothing. What do I need? A press release. Get rid of that. So So I got to do it within an update. Update current goal. Good deal. Current can. Oh, so that's some last update. That's some last update. Did you check if that's not work last update? Update. Oh. Oh. I found no. Default. We'll just do got to do the default candle to Apple. The Q's is trying to reclaim. 9:26. We got about 4 minutes. I might have to restart the Ticker Zcan because Friday and Saturday these did not update properly. Candles Vecno would be under self. Vecno. Okay, market's open. Market is open. We're gonna have to start focusing on. We'll fix that candle. Fix the charting platform later. We'll fix the charting platform. We'll fix it later. Right now, the pre-market movers. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Put the TZ Momo up here. How's that look? Looks decent. Put the TZ Momo up there. Where's my stone? Uh, big. Come on. I got time for you right now. Uh, uh, what did you do? Biggest gainer. Biggest gainer is open teaching plus. Well, let's do H top. See when this updates. Make sure this gets updated. Open. Okay. All right. That AAP on MSFT, that is test data. So that is test data. Looking for this to be updated. Okay, so the logic is running. Server should be updating here real soon. Only been a few minutes. There we go. It's updating. So Easy Momo should update as well here pretty soon. ATNF. Biggest movers is ATNF and got Hura. 1 minute on Hura. ATNF got a 1 minute on that. So we go Hura. A 5 minute, but Hura's not really doing anything. ATNF, yes, we know we have news on ATNF. Life Science holds ATNF did have news. 8 o'clock, what? All right, I gotta get rid of default Apple FT stuff there. That was some test data I was running. Got some low float gainers up here, but there's really nothing moving. Look at the volume. Got the R-vols moving. We've got a WOW that had an R-vol that was moving. We have EDD. A DDD that was moving. DD that was moving. I'm going to flip this to a 2-minute. Yeah, this is why I want to get my charting platform. This is why I want to get it working. Could have done it earlier. PLS. Vivo, that's not really doing anything. ACB. YSXT. ALTS. Wow, that's not. PLS. Good one. Got DDD. DDD could be a prayer. 205. Pop up 205. Not updating. Possibly wait for a pullback on KOPN. KOPN. PME kind of dumping. ASTS is. So Easy Momo finally showed up at around OPN's got a 1 cent spread. ASTS, USAR. That's a 12-cent spread on USAR. That's kind of big. European has news, USAR. USAR. Got 4-cent spread. Spread. USAR didn't break that yet. Break. 7. European got a little bit out of that much. USAR I got a little bit out of. I got the most out of USAR. USAR, let's take a look at well, KOPN. KOPN has not really done much. Got in on the break at 219, 222. It really couldn't break 223, so I just kind of dumped it. And then USAR broke the 1787. So once it ran up here, I scalped a little bit out of that. What was that? USAR? Where is USAR? So USAR, how much was that? Yeah, that was like 12 cents of USAR. Not very much. It just wasn't running. It just wasn't running. So DD, what, did I get money out of DD? No. DD, I took a small loss on DD. I don't... USAR. See, it's putting that doji in there, and that's why I just kind of got out. I'm like, yeah, whatever. ONDS, ONDS. And you got HBI, LIF. HBI, LIF is really not doing any much. HBI is not doing much. Rumble, RMBL. Rumble showed up. Rumble got a break of that high right there. Rumble, you could have 310, yeah, about 20 cents on that. So, yeah. ONDS, HBI, yeah, you got Alt on there now. Alt is making higher highs, higher lows. But be careful with that. LIF had news, but LIF at 921 had news, but it really didn't run. So I normally don't like those that don't run like this. ONDS didn't run. HBI didn't run. Oh, kind of ran. Then I had a pullback, so you could have scalped a little bit out of that. But KOPN, USAR out of the gate, higher highs, higher lows. That's exactly what I like to see with volume. And the reason that it's not updating is because we have, well, hold on. It's not updating because we have to wait 5 minutes. So at 9:40, it'll kick off here and show up. So it kicks off here and shows up right after 9:40 because we have to get higher highs, higher lows on a 5-minute. But it's doing it off of market open, and it should be doing it off of pre. That's why we're not getting anything pre-market hours. I got to look at the code and see why it's not doing that. This higher high should have kicked off right off at 9:35. And the reason for that is because we're making higher highs, higher lows from the previous 5-minute in pre-market. Yeah. And also, and see, this is why I want to get the code working for the TZ the TZ charts. I want to get TZ charts working because we can make money from that. Because when this kicks off, we'll be able to say, okay, you'll get a green line at 1728 or 1729. And then your stop could be like right here at the low of this, which is 69, or it could be the low of 61, whichever one you want. And then you say, okay, I only want to risk like maybe $100 a trade, and then TZ charts it'll give you a green line, then a red line down here that says, hey, you need to start thinking about getting out, or right here. And then it'll tell you, it'll print it right up here in the upper right, how many shares you should be getting in, because you went to the settings and said, hey, I only want to risk $100. So it'll tell you how many shares you need to buy. You need to buy 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, how much? You know, it'll update. That way you don't have to calculate it in your head, or just say, screw it, I'm just going to do 1,000 or whatever, when you really shouldn't be doing that on a $20 stock versus a $5 stock. So USAR is turning out to a really decent one. KOPN is turning out to be good choice to just take the small winner. KOPN, take the small winner because it's just consolidating. So if it either breaks or you bail. Breakout or bailout. It's just the way it has to be. We had a micro pullback, and with an inside bar right here in 219 that ran up to 223. So it's not really moving. It's not doing anything. So when it's not moving, not doing anything, you got to cut it. Well, I spend the time to manage the trade when you don't need to. USAR was a decent trade, but we got in a little bit too high. Okay. Okay. So USAR is decent. As you can see right here, it's running. On a 2-minute chart, it's kind of running. We kind of pulled back right here. Once we broke that consolidation area, we broke 18. Right now, you're up 80 cents on this trade. I'm not, because I kind of bailed on it right up in here. So, yeah. And I got a little slippage on the fill, but that's okay. DD was a Momo trade. I need to stay away from that. DD was a little Momo trade. I'm not Momo trade. It was a Arvol scalp. Which I didn't make any money on that. Kind of lost. But KOP and the USAR pulled me out. 2 winners, 1 loser. Still positive. So, yeah. ATNF. ATNF, as you can see, yeah, it's making highs, higher lows, but it's not going anywhere. Right off the gate, it sold off. ONDS. Again, right out of the gate, it didn't break that. It had higher highs, higher lows from here, but it didn't break 432. ICHR does not have a catalyst. ICHR does not have a catalyst, so it's kind of hard to play that. I mean, we had a pullback right here, got inside bar, 17.25. Yeah, you got yourself a nice little run. I might have to look back at the stream and see when all this shows up. ADN has got a Momo. ADN has got a Momo. Not Momo. Arvol. ADN's got an Arvol. So I don't know what's up with that. ADN. Got 5-cent spread, a little high. 3-cent, 2-cent spread. It's tightening up. ADN doesn't have a catalyst though. Break 280 might run, but I doubt it. Just look at the look at that. Look at the volume on that 2-minute. That's not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. We could break it 280. The volume's kicking in. I just don't like that topping tail right there. It could pop and run. No catalyst though. LTBR, LTBR. REZI. I mean, none of these have none of these really have a let's see, what was the low of that? 28.98. Yeah. So that could have been a pretty good one. 7-cent spread though. At 60. So, yeah, so it's a little high. Maybe I can set this focus. Now I want to go T. No. I want to go TQQQs. It updates that. Now I want to go to ATNF. Does all this. LTBR. Okay. LTBR. ICHR. ICHR. FTRE. DNA. That was nothing there. ATNF. LTBR. ATNF got halted. See that limit up, limit down? It's done. Got halted. LTBR. LTBR didn't have a catalyst though. That's the problem. I think USAR and KOPN had a catalyst. USAR is doing decent. It's starting to stall a little bit. KOPN, that was a good choice to cut that for basically a very small profit. We cut that for a very small profit because look at this. We had a run up. Okay, we tried to get the break of this 223. Okay, we didn't really get it. I was trying to get it. I was getting in here. I think around here. I don't know. I mean, how much money did I make on KOPN? KOPN. I can't. It was like 2 cents. I made 2 cents on it, so basically covered the spread. So it was a break-even trade, KOPN. But that was a good choice because we tried to break, we couldn't, and then I just cut the trade because there was no volume coming in, so I cut the trade for a break-even. So when USAR pulled us out of the hole, so if we go to USAR, we got the break of that because the volume was coming in. I had a little micro pullback there, a little consolidation, a little bull flag. We had a break of it. So I got somewhat of a slippage on the fill, but we got enough so where it pulled us out of the hole. So we're good. Got Rumble. Got the daily over here. I'm wondering if I should just put a 5-minute over here and then put the 2-minute over here. And then put like a daily on offside. So what we could do is we could link the focus, which is already there. We could do a 5-minute on this. And we can do 5-minute on that. Okay, so a 5-minute on that. And then this one could be like 1 minute. I mean, you could 1 minute is kind of, there's a little false signals, but then you got a 5-minute, you got a 2-minute right here. And then take that out of focus. Take that out of focus, unlink that. So then you got LQDA. That's not really doing anything. You got REZI. These should be 5 minutes. That should be a 5-minute. That should be a 5-minute, and that should be a 5-minute. We will get these Momo trades all done up pretty nicely. Rumble's looking halfway decent. On a 5-minute, it's getting there. G-Dot. Oh, G-Dot doing. G-Dot ain't doing anything. Stay away from that. Ain't no volume on there. Look at Rumble, million. Look at 98,000. Grab 2 cents on that. The break of 347. Okay, we got some new ones showing up. We got Xena. USAR is still there. We have SE. We got ASTS. ASTS. I don't know about that. PLS. ENXP. Rumble, it did not break, so that's not good. TNXP has a 50-cent spread. You might want to stay away from that. USAR turned out to a decent one. And you can scalp the Qs. The Qs. You can scalp the triple Qs. That's not a problem. USAR is taking off. KOP, and that was a good choice to dump that. Can't remember which other. This is really the only two we traded. We got DDD. DDD was, that was not too hot. See, it broke that and then kind of popped up and kind of sold off a little bit, but then it kind of moved back up. I did get shaken out of that. That's okay. Well, I gotta get the rest of my money out of Interactive brokers. That'd be a good idea. So the TZ Momo is only updating market hour. So it must be the logic that I'm running. Yeah. Because we could get some runners like this USAR. For some reason, I had the logic checking the market hours. Well, it needs to check pre-market hours. It really needs to check pre-market hours. But you could have gotten in on this right here would have shown up right here. This USAR would have shown up right here because it's making higher highs, higher lows from the 5-minute previous. Actually, this is what, a 2-minute? No, that's a 5-minute. That's a 5-minute. So you would have gotten in on the break of 1729, and you're already up like 1929, 19, 17, 18. That's like a $2 move you could have had. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need to do. USAR was a really good one. I have to look through this. See, when these Momo trades happen, nothing there. When these Momo trades happen, you want to look at the ones that have. So when I fix the code, you want to look for the ones that have a catalyst. Those are the ones you want to trade because there's something moving it, and other people see that and they're going to jump in. When you don't see a catalyst on any of these, that's it's not all that great just because there's no reason for it to be moving. So if there's no reason for it to be moving, then why even trade it? You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason for it to be moving. Let's take a look at TNXP. TNXP. Yeah, there was no catalyst and it moved. Okay. It moved quite a bit. Like $50 up to 55. TLS. That was a Momo. See, you know, if you look at this, TLS, it showed up yesterday too. Yeah, that showed up yesterday. TLS, if you look at that, that was the 5-minute. If you look at the 5-minute right here, TLS, higher highs, higher lows from the market open. There's a pattern there. You got G dot, higher highs, higher lows on the open, but it didn't break. It didn't break that high right there. We sold off. So when it sells off like this, just be gone. Stay away from it. Okay, we got ARCT. ARCT. Again, ARCT popped up. Higher highs, higher lows. Now, the 5-minute, I don't think it had very much volume. Volume 54,000. Yeah. Volume 17. So it's not going to, yeah, it didn't show. It needs to have volume. So we got SE. We got SE. SE really didn't break. Got IHRT. That had kind of like a pullback, and you can get the higher highs, higher lows on this. Look at the pre-market, nothing, but then the volume starts kicking in. IHRT, there's no catalyst, but it kind of ran up, and then right up in here, right at $2 mark, it kind of came up here, kind of bounced off the non-EMA, kind of rode it, and then you hit the $2 mark, and then you're off to the races somewhat. Not really. Didn't really move that much. But you kind of go like 201, and it came up here at 207. See, there's nothing. We already looked at TNSP. TLS, as you can see, on the 5-minute, it moved. And it's moving, but it has no catalyst. Now, SE has a catalyst, and it's really not moving. KONP, KOPN, KOPN, KOPN. Okay, KOPN. KOPN. Higher highs, higher lows right there. So at 935, which was right here, that's kind of hard to play. Kind of hard to play. Well, it didn't show up, so but it eventually just didn't do anything. And that had news, I think. USAR has news. USAR. So, and when I get this TZ charts going, we're going to see the news. Well, we're going to have a icon that has news, and you can click on it, and then I'll show the recent news on the header up here in the header. You'll be able to read the news. But yeah, and that kind of ran. Look at that. That kind of ran. That was a nice trade. That ran. That was nice. That ran. It was nice. You know, you can ride the non-EMA until you get a break of it. So you could have gotten right here on the break of that. Let's say you got in here, 1765, and you get out at 1875. Yeah, so 1765, 1865. Yeah, you get yourself $1. But yeah, I'm going to look back at the stream when I stop streaming, when I have lunch. I'm going to look back at the stream and start doing that now. I need to get my TZ charts fixed. I need to fix the Momo trade. The logic needs to start searching. Yeah. The RYP RVOL. That's nothing. The Q's is really doing much. Phi is doing the same thing. ALT. Xena. Xena wasn't doing much. ALT. That's not doing anything. You really want the Momo trades that happen at 940. That's what you really want. Actually, at 935 is what you want. 935. All right, let me get back to thought it had some errors here. Hmm. I'm gonna get an error, yes. Or thought we had. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. See, that can't be trusted because did this and we boom slammed down, then we're just kind of consolidating. It just really can't be trusted. See, I mean, if you look at the MACD, that's just not there. It just cannot be trusted. Probably was on the volume there. So I don't know. Must have been doing something. ADM probably showed up earlier. I'd have to look back at the stream. BFF, RCY, and not doing anything. Usually the plays are over by now. Usually the plays are over by now. Only at 10:40, people are going to lunch, thinking about eating. Plays are usually in the morning. We got RVOL, IOBT. That showed up this morning as well. IOBT, INVZ. BFF. BFF was nothing. RCY. RCY was good this morning. I'd have to look back at stream. I don't know why it didn't show up, but there's no catalyst, so that's kind of concerning. Really want something with a catalyst. Has to have a reason to run. And if you just get in, I mean, you can make money. There was a couple of them didn't have a catalyst, and they really ran good. But you just don't know, to be quite honest. Okay, so I don't That error I got rid of. Last candle minute. But I need repaint. Okay, let's just see. You know, sometimes you just need to build it and run it and see if it works. At mercy, it's pulling back on a 1 minute. As pulling back. Or go see what this thing like. Oh, it's not going to run because that. What we have here. RCY. MRCY. So here, MRCY. I think this is a 1 minute. Yeah, it's a 1 minute. I need to check to see if you look at the New York Times. Right there, 1040. So it's exact. That is exact with light speed. So the time, New York time is exact with light speed. A couple more that showed up. Let me drag this off to the side here. We've got AT&F. That has shown up before. AT&F. It's like consolidating. LQDA. No. MRC. MRCY. But really need something that moves. Be able to see this. Because look at this. This is not moving. Before. Well, Mercy's moving. 6414. Oh, so something's going. Got something moving. They were 4129. 6410. City's prints are coming through. 6429. 6445. 60. You see that's showing up. Oh, 64. Wow, that thing got crushed. 6445. Okay, so it repainted. Okay, so it did repaint. I think we fixed it, guys. Girls. Gotta add them girls. Guys and girls, I think we fixed it. Oh, the thing going off the screen. Yo, get back here. I mean, it's good if you're in it. It goes off the screen. Goes to the moon, I guess. I don't know. But we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. Let's keep looking at this. Let's keep looking at this. The TZ charts. 6430. Did we get a 6430 print coming through? 6462. Yeah, 6475. Got some prints coming. 74. We got 50-cent spread on Mercy, so this is kind of little wacko. Let's try to find another one that's actually moving. And it has to be within here. That's top traded. Let's go with top traded. Go with top traded. Get these R balls out of here. Go with let's go with ATNF. ATNF. Let's go with ATNF. That's top traded. 1 million. Top traded. Let's see. ATNF. ATNF. Okay. Let's just get rid of that real quick. Let's come over here. 56. I'm looking at the prints here. Oh, 58, 59. Well, we got a 59 print. Now I'm getting this data on SIP, not IEX feed. That's actually pretty nice. Look at that. That's actually really nice because that goes 70, 69. This is updating really fast. This is updating really fast. As you can see, the charts are a little bit off because I guess where they're getting their feed from a little bit different than mine, you know, but hey, it is what it is. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this is 44.35. We got about 30 seconds, but the 75, those prints are coming through. I need to put a little padding up here on the top. I need to put a little padding on the top. I mean, we want it to go to the moon, but we need to be able to see it go to the moon. That actually would have been a nice trade. Got 75, yeah, 78. Ooh, fight up, 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 fight up. ATNF, ranking it. We got some news on that bad boy. Got some news on that bad boy. This is a little, all right, all right. I got to pay attention. 30 seconds. We got to see if it really updates right at 30 seconds. 180 Life Science Holdings, blah, 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 blah. ETH, okay, ATNF. Update 10 seconds. Let's see what happens. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it updated. Sweetness. We got some sweetness. Sweetness. I think I fixed it. But. This is for a 1 minute. I need to be able to switch back and forth from, I want to be people to be able to choose like 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what I mean? I want people to be able to choose. Now, this is only going to show data in real time data, what's on the scanners. And the reason for that is because of the socket connection that I'm using, the way I'm updating them, updating the okay. $47, yeah. Okay. I think this is going to work. I think this is going to work. Now, SIP data. I'm getting it from SIP data. Let me explain this to you. SIP data. This is from ChatGPT because it can explain it a lot better than I can. Let's see if this updates on 48. It should be updating right on 48. You know what would be really cool if I could get the EMA on there, which I know I can. Boom, update. Update. Wait a minute, the volume's not coming in. Volume's not coming. Daggone it, I broke that. Oh well, at least something's fixed. We'll be able to get the volume going. That's not a problem. All right, I'll fix that. In market trading, SIP data refers to Securities Information Processor data, essentially the official consolidated market data feed for U.S. exchanges. The Securities Information Processors are centralized systems mandated by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. They collect, consolidate, and the best bid and best offer prices, NBBO, and trade reports from all of the different exchanges. So basically, we're getting all the information from all the different exchanges. The SIP is the official source of quotes, National Best Bid and Offer. That's NBBO, National Bid, Best Offer, trades, last sale prices, and sizes. So that's where I'm getting my data from. Now, why did I break volume? I mean, I'm happy this is working. This is working good. Now, the thing is, I need to be able to, the time, I need to fix that. I need to fix the time. The time I need to fix, but hey, all this seems like it's working pretty decent. I mean, that's AT&F. AT&F is working pretty decent. USAR, what is USAR doing? We got SE. What is SE doing? SE is getting ready to crank her. Ready to crank it. SE is getting ready to crank it. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. It's wicking. It's wicking. It's wicking. It's $174 stock. Do you really want to trade that? I mean, really? I mean, you can. SE, why not? It's a cranking. It's a cranking. Let's take a look at SE. Let's see what this is doing. And you got a 15-cent spread. You got a 15-cent spread on that. This is a 1-minute chart that we're looking at. I need to update some times on this, but hey. Okay, we got the the minute working on this. But see, look at that. The volume is working on that. Oh man, that thing's wicking all over. Kind of radical. Kind of radical. ONDS. ONDS. Whoops, not O. Tab. ONDS. ONDS. What we got here? This is a 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 1 minute. This is TZ charts, real-time stock data. That's right. I'm going to change the name of that. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see what we can do. That's SE. ONDS. ONDS. Let's take a look at ONDS. 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 ONDS is a 1 minute. I don't know. This is a little... a little off. 5211. I need to put the times in there. If we do this, the volumes, I got quite a bit of work to do, trust me. I got quite a bit of work to do. I had a little pullback right there. Got quite a bit of work to do. Is it only update? I need this volume. Wait a minute. The volume's not updating in real time. There's a reason why. I didn't put it in there. Okay, that's why. I need to fix that. Okay. To fix that. It's not updating in real time. Which, gotta fix one thing at a time. Okay, so if I have this like right here, Like, let's put ONDS like right around here. Okay. That's how it would look. It looks pretty decent. I don't know. Put in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe have a little darker background, maybe black background, a little bit darker background, I think. A bit darker background, I think. I think we could do that. I think we can do that. Let's see what we can do. See what we can do. Had a little pop there, a little consolidation. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's all looking decent. Ugh. Let's see what old USAR is doing. USAR. Let's drag this over here. We got to do USAR. USAR. Kind of see how it kind of popped up there, kind of pulled back, consolidated, kind of pulled back. Right there, we had a top of that, so it popped that, and then we kind of consolidated and kind of grinded. So, yeah, it seems a little off. But that's okay. We can fix stuff. That's not a problem. Thing is, and the reason I'm doing this is just because I just want my own charting platform. And the main reason I'm doing this is because on the 5 minute, what we need to do is we need to look at the 5 minutes. So when the 5 minute comes up here, you'll have like this making higher highs, higher lows. So when this candle opens up, you're going to have a line right here, a green line right through here. You're going to have a red line down here, and then up here in the information boxes, right up here in the header, which is this right up in here, this header. It'll say trigger, stop, target. Target's going to be like, you know, a 1-for-1 would be your first trade. That's what your 1-for-1. If you're shooting for a 1-for-1, that's what you're looking to get. So if you get to your 1-to-1 and then all of a sudden it's stalling out, selling starts coming in, just take it. Just take it. I don't care if it's like a 1 to a 0.8 or a 1 to 3/4. Who cares? Just take the money. Take the money and run. 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 Okay. So that's what it's going to be like. USAR kind of dumping, ain't it? USAR kind of dumping. Ooh, I need to put the EMA in there, but I need to do that after I fix the volume. So this is what I need to do. I need to fix the TZ Momo, so where it goes off of the pre-market, because that would have been nice. I would have made some pretty decent trade on that. Once I fix that, I need to come back to the TZ charts. I need to get real-time volume working. Real-time volume needs to be working. And then after that, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Start working on the platform here on the charting. All this is in Rust. This charting platform right here, this one right here is all in Rust. Rust programming language. All built in Rust there, ladies and SC is not really doing anything. HBI Got HBI. That's not really doing anything. HBI, ONDS. HBI could be breaking. ONDS. Now see, that updated, so yeah. Let's just wait until flips over. It flipped over, now the volume's not working. But it works when we first load the page. When we first load it, it's working. After it updates, it's not working. So the volume, take a look at this. Let's go to SE. Let's go back to ONDS. Or let's go to HBI. Have ATNF. ATNF has some good volume. So the volume seems to be updating there. I can't see if it's moving. It's not moving all that great. But as soon as it flips over, boom, flips over, volume's not working. However, if you come back here, you go to SE, you see how the volume's working real time there. So if we hit tab and we go back to ATNF, see how the volume's working? But it's not working when it flips over. Okay. Now I got it. 11 o'clock, I'm going to shut down the stream and start fixing this stuff for the TZ mower and then get back to working on the charting platform. I will 7 a.m. tomorrow. Later. SBGI just picked. SBGI. There's nothing there. SE. Nothing there. CD. Yeah. DNF. Okay. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.